how I created this low budget version of the Hawkeye coin toss effect within After Effects and Cinema 4D. First, I shot this footage with the real coin in hand and then pretended to toss the coin and have the camera slowly pan towards the desk, where the water bottles were positioned. The footage ends with me throwing the coin into a tiny container, which not only makes it easier to edit, but also more realistic. Then the footage was brought into After Effects to be 3D tracked before the constructed scene was exported to Cinema 4D. From there, the 3D models of the object in the scene were created for physics simulation, including the coin, which is just a cylinder for faster simulation, 2 water bottles, and the tiny container. To make the coin move in a certain path, I chose to use simulation instead of keyframe animations because I wanted the decay of energy in the coin spinning speed to be more accurate. To give the coin an initial movement and rotation to represent the tossing force, the initial linear velocity and angular velocity is added, and these values were tweaked many times, especially for the first half of the animation since the distance is the furthest, just so that the coin could hit the sweet spot of the bottle. This reminds me of those trick shot videos of people trying to throw a ping pong ball into a ball for thousands of times. Well, maybe I should have used keyframe animation. From there, the first coin is hidden and a fresh new coin is used for the second part. And the same process was applied to the second coin and the third. Then a more detailed version of the coin was modeled and a bump texture was added to the coin. Not that it made much difference to the rendering. Then I added a constraint tag to the prettier coin so that it could follow the position and the rotation of the simulated coins, and it would have proper motion blur when switching coins. And these follow targets were swapped with keyframes. Finally, I went into the render settings, changed the render engine to physical, and turned on the motion blur so that the movement looks smoother and more realistic. After the renders were done, I brought them into After Effects for compositing. Initially, the coin looks like this, which is a bit too dark and not standing out. So I added an exposure boost and a duplicate of the coin layer with an additive blend mode to give off some sort of glow, which really made the coin stand out with strong reflectiveness. The final step was to stitch together the throwing action with the coin flying sequence using a mesh cut, which when looked carefully is extremely obvious. Same stuff for the ending, a speed ramp was added and another cut on motion and layer masking was used so the 3D modeled coin matches with the real world footage. And there, that's it. And that was